The survival and growth of every business in this era of digitalization is dependent on the abilities of the organization leaders to be able to create innovative strategies that will enable the business to adapt to constant changes in the industry where the business operates. My name is Patrick Claudius. In this presentation, I'll be discussing on an organization strategy with key focus on MasterCard. So sit back, relax, and follow me as I take you through this presentation. MasterCard is a global financial service company that enables businesses across the world to process payments from consumers in an efficient manner. MasterCard is one of the leading credit, debit, and prepaid card issuer in the world and remains a global giant in the fintech space. And if you are looking at a company that has enabled the world to now have a digital economy, you can look no further as MasterCard remains the number one to consider in this regards. MasterCard was founded in 1966 as Interbank Card, but was later changed to MasterCard in 1979. With present in over 210 countries in the world, MasterCard has proven that the company is perfectly poised to take the world by storm, even in the coming years. MasterCard offers payment processing solution in the form of card services. It enables businesses to be able to receive and users to be able to complete payment while shopping on digital platform across the world. And so MasterCard also issue cards in the form of debit, prepaid, credit, and you know pre, and uh, debit card for individuals and businesses to be able to transact across the globe. MasterCard essentially uh, further the adoption of digital economy globally. So in addition to its core payment processing business, MasterCard has also expanded into other areas such as cybersecurity, fraud detection, and digital identity verification. The company has developed a wide range of technology to help businesses and consumers securely transact online. And this include the issues of tokenizations, biometric authentication, and secure uh, authentication. Mission and vision statement of MasterCard. MasterCard's vision is to build a world beyond cash, where commerce is more connected, more inclusive, and more meaningful. And so this vision is essentially to enable customers across the world to be able to carry out transactions, to be able to complete payments without having to exchange cash. And so MasterCard is actually helping governments to achieve their digital economy and cashless policy initiative. Another mission statement is to connect and power inclusive digital economy that benefits everyone everywhere by making transactions safe, simple, smart, and accessible. Looking at the vision emphasized MasterCard goal of moving our world towards digital payment solutions, transaction simplification, and the creation of more connected global economy, thereby providing businesses and their customers with limitless, or should I say unlimited, possibilities. Organization goals and objectives. One of the key goals of MasterCard, as it has been clearly stated in the company vision and mission statement, is to have financial inclusion. The fundamental principle is to increase numbers of those who have access to digital payments by supporting and creating an enabling infrastructure for new innovations to emerge in the payment industry. And so this can be seen in in the way we now see several virtual card issuers coming up, leveraging on MasterCard infrastructure. And so within the Nigerian market, we have several of those. We have the likes of Shipper Cash, we have Payday, we have uh, Instant Pay, all of these, and we have Flutterwave, Paystack. All of these companies have been leveraging on MasterCard to be able to develop digital payment solution for users across the landscape of Africa. And so another key organization goal and objective is to drive innovation. MasterCard worked towards this by channeling investment towards research and development that will help to develop innovative digital payment system that is secure, fast, and convenient for users across the world. Another key objective and goal is the championing of industry growth. MasterCard support and drive growth in the payment industry by expanding to other countries in the world. As I have earlier stated in my previous slide, the MasterCard currently has presence in over 210 countries. And so this initiative is to enhance growth in the digital payment industry. And so MasterCard enabled the creation of new use cases to increase transaction volumes. In terms of value delivery, MasterCard delivered value to customers through the provision of innovative digital payment system that is secure, fast, and at a significantly low cost by collaborating with other companies to offer a solution that is tailored to their specific needs. And so MasterCard, essentially what it does is to ensure that users are able to enjoy digital payment solution at a significantly low rate while ensuring that they can carry out transaction on e-commerce platform while engaging with merchants without being afraid of losing their money or being afraid of identity theft or losing their credit card details. So MasterCard provide a secure platform or a secure solution that enable businesses like merchants and customers to be able to interact without any fear. Another goal and strategy is advanced security. And so MasterCard ensure to achieve advanced security by collaborating with companies like merchants, as I've earlier stated, and other key stakeholders in the payment value chain to develop a system that is perfectly secure, that will enable users like customers and other users across the world to be able to engage on this platform in a safe and secure manner. Excuse me. Strategic intent. MasterCard's strategic intent is to create a world that is not limited by cash, essentially through the introduction of technology payment solutions that allow businesses and customers to transact in new and innovative ways. And so this strategic intent is achieved in the following ways. Number one, innovation. Innovation is at the core of everything that takes place in MasterCard. Through investment in research and development, the company is able to develop innovative products that is robust, secure, and efficient to process large volume of transaction at a significantly high speed. The second strategic intent, which is entrenched in the company mission statement and vision, is to further financial inclusion. MasterCard has embarked on financial education in recent years to increase digital payment adoption and enable everyone across the world to use the service without any barrier. Barrier in the sense that MasterCard solutions can be used by everyone regardless of their financial status or their education background. MasterCard continue to educate members of the public on how they can leverage on the payments system to carry out transactions and also educate new businesses, especially in emerging markets, on how they can leverage digital payments service to collect payment from their customers and to be able to expand their market coverage beyond their immediate market. Also, partnership. MasterCard strategic intent in the aspect of partnership is to develop strategic partnership, is to develop strategic collaboration with banks, businesses, and of course government institutions globally to sort of simplify, um, you know, the payment solution. And so, at the heart of every payment solution, essentially, would involve the banking system in every country. And so MasterCard has maintained a form of collaboration uh, with the traditional financial banks in countries, especially, for example, in Nigeria. Right, so there's a collaboration between MasterCard and the commercial banks in Nigeria that enables other businesses to leverage on MasterCard and then be able to build or create, issue virtual cards to consumers in foreign currencies and all of that. And so this enables those consumers to be able to transact or complete payment on other merchant platforms across the world. And so in terms of security, which is something that is very crucial in the fintech space. And so for every organization to be able to operate successfully on the internet, it needs to have security at the forefront of its operation. Bearing in mind that security plays a critical role in the tech space, especially as it concerns financial transactions, MasterCard is highly dedicated to providing top-notch, top-class security for its digital payment solution. And so the reason is to essentially minimize fraudulent transactions. So the company ensures to maintain compliance with regulatory framework and stay up to date with latest cybersecurity threats by working closely with law enforcement agency, the likes of FBI, the likes of state security services, EFCC in Nigeria. They work collaboratively by once they detect new wave of cyber security attacks, they are able to share with the likes of MasterCard so as to be able to build their infrastructure to be able to withstand such threat if it ever occurs on their platform. Ultimately, growth can only be seen in digital payment industry if and only when users feel comfortable using payments digitally. Generic strategy. And so one of the key aspects of MasterCard generic strategy in the use of its card can be categorized into a combination of differentiation and cost leadership. While differentiation is used to develop a unique and innovative digital payment system that offers customers, of course, with the possibilities and outstanding values for money spent. Cost leadership, on the other hand, seek to ensure that customers can carry out transactions on the MasterCard platform or can enjoy MasterCard services at a significantly low rate. Costs, invariably, if the charges is too high, right, it means customers would rather resort to the traditional transaction system rather than adopting digital payment. And so what MasterCard is doing is to ensure that the cost is, is relatively cheaper for customers to be able to enjoy and to be able to uh, choose digital payment as their preferred option rather than the you know the normal checking system that we're used to. And so MasterCard distinguishes itself from competitors like Visa and Discovery by offering innovative payment solutions like contactless payments, mobile payment, digital wallet, and virtual cards. And so all of these helps in providing customers with different ways of completing transaction. In the aspect of cost leadership, through investment in research and infrastructure, effective partnership and collaboration. So what MasterCard has done is to enable, all of this has helped MasterCard to be able to deliver a secure payment services to customers at a very low cost, right? Because for example, in Nigeria, if you are communicating or if you're trying to carry out a transaction from bank A to bank B, the charges will be high, right? So, but if you're carrying a transaction within bank A and that of within bank A, the charges will be lower. And so, if you're also carrying out transaction between two banks that shares common relationship, the transaction would also be lower, right? So, and essentially, Mastercard's collaboration and partnership with all of these institutions, right, has enabled the company to be able to charge a significantly low transaction fee on its services when users are, enjoying when users are interacting with Mastercard on the merchant platform. Therefore, all this has given MasterCard a sort of competitive advantage, right, in reality, because people now prefer MasterCard. And also, this two strategy has also enabled MasterCard services to be more reliable and more available, right? So I remember trying to carry out a transaction using Visa card, right? So I got an error that the card wasn't supported on the platform. However, MasterCard is practically supported on every platform across the world. I don't think there's any platform that doesn't support MasterCard. The next one. So changes in strategy since 2020, essentially just like every organizations that operate in the global space, MasterCard's strategy has evolved in response to the COVID-19 pandemic and with the dynamism in the digital payment ecosystem. The pandemic created a new urgency for digital payment adoption. And of course, this implies that organizations globally had to rework their strategies in order to stay in business. Organizations need to find another way to collect payment from customers. Organizations want to find another way to be able to sell to customers across the globe, right? And so in response to this, what MasterCard has done, right, is to expand its market coverage. Now, one major strategic initiative for MasterCard has been to grow its presence and usage across the world. To this effect, MasterCard acquired Finicity in 2020. So the company actually Finicity specializes in the provision of real-time financial data analysis. Right. So the acquisition of Finicity helps MasterCard to be able to provide data analysis and several tools that enable business leaders to be able to generate insights that would help them to improve their decision making, right? So beyond that, Finicity also helped MasterCard to enhance its open banking platform, which of course is another innovative and secure payment solutions that MasterCard delivers to customers across the world. And the second aspect is in terms of financial inclusion, which is Since 2020, MasterCard has been taking a new strategic move by driving inclusion through the provision of support for small businesses. So MasterCard did this by by launching a relief fund which amounts to the sum of $250 million. As I call this a COVID-19 relief fund. And so that relief fund is to help small businesses, especially in emerging market, the likes of African countries, to be able to, build, build their businesses, to be able to, reemerge themselves after the COVID-19 pandemic that shut them down. Right. So this release fund also helped MasterCard to enhance cybersecurity, to create a cybersecurity um, assessment platform, so that small businesses can determine their viability, especially when entering the digital space, um, to be able to be sure of their readiness and to be able to test the security of their platform before entering the digital space. Justify changes. Now, the justification for the changes that MasterCard has introduced to their business is that the changes is the only constant thing in life. As we all know, MasterCard needed to change strategy to secure the future of the business and to adapt in the rapidly changing payment industry. And of course, the COVID-19 pandemic actually increased the push or the growth of digital economy, right? Because businesses across the world then realized that they need to be able to sell, they need to be able to operate digitally, and they need to be able to collect payments without having any one-to-one interaction with customers. And so therefore MasterCard needed to position itself to take advantage of this move by increasing its infrastructure capacity in that regards. And so having identified the growing need of digital economy, MasterCard's strategic acquisition of Finicity provide assurance to customers that the business will be able to support them through an improvement in the open banking solution as the rate of consumer using mobile and online payments services drastically increase during that period. MasterCard will need to stay innovative by expanding digital payment offerings to uh, gain competitive advantage. And that's the reason for acquiring Finicity during that period. And also with regards to support for small businesses, bearing in mind that the COVID-19 pandemic dealt a heavy blow on small businesses globally, MasterCard's strategic move to support them is a way of planting itself in the heart of those businesses, right? And such that when those businesses are able to they are able to gain their market back, or when those businesses are able to state the accounts back, MasterCard you know uh, becomes easy for them to access and begins to take advantage of whatever revenue those businesses are now generating. So this essentially will enable those businesses to survive on the long run and continue to serve customers remotely in that regard. So in terms of financial inclusion, so what MasterCard has done is to create a perfect move to respond to the growing demands of users across the world as government moves towards cashless economy. MasterCard provides infrastructure that enable easy and affordable digital payment solution globally. Yes, governments are moving towards digital economy, but that digital economy rests upon the digital payments service provider, which MasterCard remains the number one or global giant in that regard. And so this innovative strategy allows areas where it has become impossible or unprofitable for traditional financial institutions like the bank to have a branch or establish a branch, right? To get into. So with the digital payments innovation, It means that businesses in those remote areas can now adopt digital payment to be able to collect payment from their customers, to be able to engage with customers, and of course increase their market offering. In conclusion, MasterCard is indeed a force to reckon with in the digital payment industry, starting from the company's long-term experience and through innovative product offering. It has continued to stay relevant and remain a reference point in the fintech space. I personally consider the introduction of virtual cards as a game changer and strongly believe we will continue to see new strategic moves coming out of MasterCard, even as the world dive deeper into cashless and digital economy. Thank you. And these are the references used in completing this presentation. I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you.